for the first time since 2006, for the second time ever, for the third time since... I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. For the second time ever, for the first time since 2006, Australia are heading to the knockouts in the World Cup finals. We have just beaten Euro semi-finalists Denmark 1-0 in the World Cup. Oh my god. What in the world? This is this is my greatest ever sporting moment in my lifetime. I'm absolutely ecstatic right now. It is 2 a.m. I can't get to bed because why the fuck should I? Oh my god, I am absolutely over the moon. I am so happy. I am so happy. We play either Argentina, Poland, Mexico, or Saudi Arabia in the round of 16. Bring it on, Messi. But wow, I just cannot believe what Australia have accomplished. This was supposed to be the worst World Cup side Australia has ever seen, and they've topped the greatest ever World Cup performance in Australian history. The first ever Australian World Cup side to get 6 points in a tournament. The first ever Australian World Cup side to win 2 games in a tournament. Matt Ryan has kept back-to-back clean sheets for the first time in World Cup history. Australia have had 3 clean sheets in their World Cup history. 2 of them have come in back-to-back games. We've scored 3 goals in this group. 1 against France, 1 against Tunisia, 1 against Denmark. Oh my god. I'm just so ecstatic. What have we just produced? I don't know. Let's get into these player ratings. And I didn't know this, but there'll be more player ratings to come in the round of 16. Then the quarterfinals, then the semi-finals, then the final, because it's coming down under, baby. Alright, here we go. Let's start off with Australia against Denmark. Let me just check. Yeah, okay. Australia against Denmark. Matt Ryan gets an 8. Back-to-back clean sheets, Matthew Ryan. Him and Matthew Leckie both tied the all-time Socceroos game played record in the World Cup. I mean, so composed coming off his line. So good in the air. Really good with his feet. Just did what he needed to do. Wasted time at the end. A perfection performance from Matthew Ryan. Milos Degenek, he gets a 7. Probably close to a 6 for Degenek. I'd probably go a 6.5. I'd round up to a 7. I have still got COVID, by the way, so excuse me for that. But yeah, I think it was okay from Degenek. He did a role. I'd probably still rather see Karacic or Atkinson play at right back. That's our 3rd different right back in 3 games. I'd probably still rather see Karacic or Atkinson play. I still feel like Degenek looks better at centre back, but you know, he did his job, and if he plays again, I'm not going to complain because he did a job and he did it pretty well, Milos Degenek, and he's been boosted up to a 6.5 mostly because of the clean sheet, and he did defend well against the Denmark wingers in some areas. Harry Suter, he gets an 8. Very unlucky not to get man of the match last game, and he's not actually going to get man of the match either this game. So back-to-back games he's going to be very unlucky not to get man of the match for myself. I mean, his aerial duels, absolutely incredible. A player from Stoke City is in the round of 16 with Australia. He's just such a good player. The English Harry Maguire. I know Maguire's good at international level, but this bloke's 15 times better. Oh my god, the amount of tackles he puts in. He wins ground duels, he wins aerial duels. Harry Suits is a seriously special player. He's incredible. Now it's Kai Rolls. Rolls gets a 7 from me. A little bit like Degenek, probably a 6.5 boosted because of the clean sheet. In the first half, I don't actually think the centre-backs played that well. I thought it was Matt Ryan saving all our goals. I think our defence split apart a few times from balls from Schweiberg and Eriksson and Skavolson. But no, in the second half, I think Suter really stepped up his performance. And the clean sheet, I think, does boost Degenek and Rolls' score. I think Rolls and Degenek are very similar. Both play a role. Cole Rolls play a role. That was shit. I'm never going to say that again. Lovely roll. What does that mean? As is Beige, he gets a 7. As is Beige, he's probably not a 6.5. He's probably a dead on the 7. I thought Beige had a really good game. He's had a pretty steady tournament, Beige. Had a poor game against France, but who didn't? I thought he played really well, Beige, and I hope to see him hopefully playing another World Cup, because he's getting on, but he's been a left back for a while, but bloody hell, he's just so classy, so composed on the ball. He's a very good player, as is Beach. Really good link up as well with Craig Goodwin in the first half. I didn't actually think Craig Goodwin made it work a lot, so I thought Beach was definitely the best player playing on the left. Aaron Moy, he also gets a 7. A lot of 8s and 7s today. Moves the ball really well. And I noticed in the first half, Aaron Moy was easily, when we were struggling to get a hold of the Danish midfield, and we were never going to get a hold of the Danish midfield. They've got Eriksson and Højbjerg. And they've just got such class. By the way, the reason Denmark lost that game was because of their final third finishing. They are so good in defence, so good in the midfield, but their final third is absolutely atrocious. Like, atrocious. I don't know how you can get to a Euro semi-final with that, but they did somehow. Back to Aaron Moy. He won the ball so much in the first half, and that's when we needed someone to be winning the ball in the midfield, and that was Aaron Moy that did that for a lot of the time. But he did absolutely nothing with the ball in the first half, kept giving it away after earning it. So, bit of a 50-50 first half for Moy, but he kept the ball rolling in the second half. A vital part to that victory, and this is, I think, his best World Cup so far. He is in career best form after having a really poor 2 or 3 years. So it's great to see from Aaron Moy. Riley McGree, finally. Riley McGree, I'm going to give a 7. And personally, I've been saying that Aaron Thristich should be starting over McGree, but Graham Arnold has stuck faith in McGree, as he has with guys like Mitch Duke. He's played McGree in a 4-4-2 in a striker partnership with Mitch Duke. Strange decision. I like it, though. We probably did need him to get a hold of the midfield a little bit in that first half, but he did as well. He pushed back deep to win the ball. He made some really good runs forward, created well, although it was definitely Roland McGree's best game of the tournament so far, by quite a long way, because he's been average so far. Jackson Irvine, he gets a 6. I'm disappointed about Irvine, but I'm not disappointed about anything, really, because we're into the fucking round of 16. I'm ecstatic. Like, I can't believe it still. No, I think Irvine had a poor game, to be honest. Didn't really win the ball as much as he usually does when we needed him to. He did a roll. He didn't do it very well, though. Not a 5, obviously. Yeah, just a 6 from Irvine. I can't really complain too much about it, but he just made no impact on the game whatsoever. Yeah, Craig Goodwin, he also gets a 6. As I said, the link up on the left side was really going as is Beish's part. And yeah, Craig Goodwin couldn't capitalise it, because I thought Beish played really well playing it to Goodwin on the left. He got taken off at half-time. I think that was a fatigue thing, and that probably did play into his first half performance. So you can't really complain about Craig Goodwin. He's probably overall been our best player this tournament so far. Probably either him, Matt Ryan, or Harry Sousa. But yeah, Craig Goodwin, take a bow. Goal and assist this tournament. Let's hope he can make the same impact with a few days rest before we have to play on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Fucking hell, not a lot of break, but hopefully he can get a bit of rest and can play on Sunday against Argentina, maybe. I don't know who we're playing at the time we're recording this. Matthew Leckie, he gets an 8. World class. We've got to remember, he may be at Melbourne City in the A-League right now, but Matthew Leckie has played in the Bundesliga for 10 years in Germany. He is world class at times, and he has just shown it. What a goal, Matthew Leckie. His creativity all tournament has been on another level. He showed it again today with the goal, with the passing, with the movement around the pitch. Matthew Leckie, a real underrated tournament so far. But I can't seem to think why no one's talking about it, because he's had a great tournament. He got the assist in the first game, so he now joins Craig Goodwin as the second Australia player to have a goal and an assist this tournament. How good. How damn good. Next up, we have Mitch Duke. He gets a 7. On second thought, we'd maybe give him a 6. A little bit of a graveyard shift. For some reason, he played on the left wing in the second half a little bit. I'm not sure what Graham Arnold was doing there. I'm not going to complain about Graham Arnold one bit, though, today. Yeah, so Duke on the left was a little bit strange early in the second half. Yeah, I felt like we probably... He was feeling a bit isolated. I feel like some of his first touches weren't amazing. I'd probably give him a 6. I think that's might have been a mistake. I'm accidentally typing in 7 there. He's definitely not a 7. I'd probably give him a 6. Graveyard shift. His first touch wasn't good. And personally, I think Tim Cahill would have had a brace in the first half with the amount of really good balls we played through the midfield and through the back four onto our striker, and Duke's first touch about 2 or 3 times just really wasn't good, and he was clear through, would have easily scored past Schmeichel. So yeah, I think Mitch Duke probably gets a 6 from me. Six didn't notice him. Same with Jamie McLaren, although he probably could have come in earlier for Duke. Got a better first touch, got more speed. I'm happy with Duke starting and Arnold placing faith in him. I'm all for a manager placing a faith in a player when it's not favouritism, and he scored a goal too, so yeah. But I would probably rather see McLaren come on earlier. It was his sort of game. Bailey Wright, 6, didn't notice him. Keanu Bacchus gets an 8 from me. Keanu Bacchus gets an 8 from me. I don't know how he can't. He was an absolute game changer, Keanu Bacchus. Came on at half-time, lifted the energy of the entire side, won the ball in the midfield about 15 times. The goal from Matthew Leckie, I think, all started with the substitution of Keanu Bacchus, and that's not just at the credit of Keanu Bacchus, that is at the credit of Graham Arnold. What a substitution, and what a performance by Bacchus. He was such an important player to bring on today. I'm really impressed with him. Graham Arnold, 9. He gets the highest score out of anyone here. Graham Arnold, well done. Well done, Graham. I thought a great game. Tactically masterminded Denmark. His substitutions were really, really good. I thought they were perfect substitutions. Degenek at right back is a little bit questionable. Mitch Duke on the left was a little bit questionable at times. But apart from that, Graham Arnold has to get a 9 because technically masterminding Denmark in a must-win game at one stage. Because remember, Tunisia scored in the other game. And the players probably didn't know that. So we're like, oh shit, all the fans, oh shit, we fucking need to win. Like, a draw won't do. We need to win. And I'm sure Graham Arnold knew the score in the other game, some way or another. And we just won and won. And it was, Graham Arnold was a big part of that. So yeah, what a victory on one of the most famous Australian footballing nights ever. And a night I'll certainly never forget. Or a morning, as a matter of fact. It's 2:30 in the morning now. And yeah, I might need to pop a Red Bull. I don't even drink Red Bull. Here we go. My man of the match. It only goes to one man. Very close to giving it to Harry Suter. Keanu Bacchus, I felt, wasn't on the pitch for long enough. It's Matthew Leckie. I mean, Matthew Leckie. What a goal. What a goal. His creativity, his touch, his poise, his skill, his lift of the whole team. He's just such a good player, Matthew Leckie. And he may be playing in the A-League right now, but he showed some of his Bundesliga qualities tonight and why he had such a long career in Europe, because he just showed it right there. What a performance, Matthew Leckie. You are my man of the match. Which means my 3 group stage man of the matches this tournament, I believe, first game was Aaron Moy, second game Matt Ryan, third game Matthew Leckie. So 3 players that have all played in World Cups before. And I have a feeling in the round of 16, no matter how it goes, fingers crossed we get through to the quarters. I think we could if we get a quote-unquote easy opponent, not Argentina. Pretty much anyone but Argentina. By the time this is out, we've probably got Argentina. It's going to be shit me saying this. But, you know, I reckon no matter who we play in the round of 16, Harry Suter is prime for man of the match. We've had Leckie, we've had Moy, we've had Ryan. They're all playing in about 3 World Cups now. I think it's time for a Harry Suter to shine. He's been shining all tournament. Just hasn't really got the man of the match nod yet, which he's probably deserved, to be honest. Probably deserved. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the round of 16 with the fucking Socceroos. Get in! Come on, you Aussies! I love this country, I love this team.